Here is my audience for my speech today. Did you know that according to the Oceanic Preservation Society, 62 orcas have died at SeaWorld? Would it also shock you to find out that not one died from old age? Hello, my name is Trenton Walker, and I've spent the past few weeks vigorously researching information on orcas in captivity. Today, I'm going to illustrate why it is immoral to display orcas at SeaWorld and what we can do to protect current and future generations of orcas. First, I'm going to start off with the problem of keeping orcas in captivity. The average age of an orca in their natural habitat ranges from around 30 to 50 years, and an orca in captivity has the average life expectancy of 14 years. But why? Orcas do not experience the same diverse diet that they get in their natural habitat. This results in a deficiency in nutrients and is linked to health issues in captive orcas. SeaWorld must provide orcas with 80 pounds of gelatin to hydrate their orcas due to eating frozen fish. In the wild, orcas eat fish, squid, penguins, and other mammals like seals. This is where they get their natural hydration from. Next, we're going to talk about the infections. Orcas die from infections that are rarely observed in their natural habitat. Orcas can develop infections from grinding their teeth along the walls of their tanks, which is an unnatural behavior that they get from stress. Orcas then are given antibiotics to combat the infections and eventually develop antibiotic resistance. Orcas then cannot fight off the infections due to this antibiotic resistance. Orcas experience unnatural aggression in captivity due to being placed in tanks with incompatible orcas that lead to injury. In the wild, orcas have tight bounds that rarely lead to violence, and orcas grow up and live in the same pod for their entire lives. In captivity, orcas are placed with other orcas they are unfamiliar with, and when there is an altercation, the size of the tanks limit their escapability. And this is where you guys would look at a picture of an orca named Nakai, who suffered an injury from an altercation with other orcas. Led to some damage. He ran into a sharp metal object and really messed himself up. Next, I will show you how captivity contributes to the chronic stress in orcas. According to research published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior, chronic stress is linked to weakened immune systems. Orcas need a balance of physical activity to reduce stress, and a 150-foot orca tank will not provide them with the amount that they reach in the wild, which is about 40 miles a day and thousands of feet of depth compared to only around 30 feet in a normal tank. In turn, orcas will perform odd behaviors like floating in place and grinding their teeth. Unnatural sounds also can cause orcas to become stressed. These sounds can consist of construction, fireworks, crowd noise, and filtration systems as well. Due to how intelligent orcas are, they become easily bored. Artificial environments do not provide them with the stimulation that they need to communicate and hunt effectively and challenge themselves. Lori Marino, a biologist at the Whale Sanctuary Project, states, "Cognitive complexity means that one's needs are also complex and those needs are impossible to meet in such artificial settings. Chronic boredom is one of the most potent causes of chronic capabilities, and they are highly susceptible to adverse effects of chronic boredom in captivity." If nothing is to be done about this injustice on orcas or high-risk captive animals, one can expect to hear about more premature deaths of these animals and dangerous encounters between orcas and humans.
You have 10% left.
So what can you do in this fight for orcas at SeaWorld? First thing that you could do is write one of their many sponsors, like AAA, for example, about how you do not appreciate their support for places like SeaWorld. Next, you can text ORCA to 73822, demanding SeaWorld to retire orcas to a sanctuary. Last, you can donate money to PETA or join PETA's action team to combat captive injustice. Thank you for listening to my speech. And here's my audience.